Hey, what's up guys? It's Jay. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And today we got a wonderful challenge for you. An art style challenge. And the art style for today is
Samurai Jack!
first what we're gonna do is draw the characters first, get a feel for, drawing the characters. We're gonna be doing this in steps. So the first step, obviously, draw the characters, and then the second, there's gotta be a second and third step to learning this. Stay tuned for those. Okay, so as you can see through this character segment, I was tracing and breaking down the characters into its form. The first character I drew was Samurai Jack, and then later on I draw Aku. To be honest, looking back at it, I don't know why I drew Aku, because I didn't involve him in like the later drawings, but you guys will see that. Alright, so after drawing Jack and Aku, next up we got backgrounds. Now here's where we get a tiny little problem. I've drawn more characters than I have backgrounds. I've probably drawn like, what, 100 backgrounds in my lifetime? Probably not that number, but I'm not very good at drawing backgrounds. And with drawing characters, it takes me some time to get used to it, but I could draw most characters. If I could draw like 50 times and draw it from memory. But the thing about backgrounds is I can't draw them. I have a lot of work to do. This leaves a big problem because you see, the second step was to draw backgrounds, and then the third step was to draw a full original illustration on my own. But if I can't draw backgrounds, then I can't get to the third step. So the next day, I try to understand how to add more texture to the backgrounds, because I noticed for the Samurai Jack art style, they use heavily on textures when it comes to the backgrounds. So for this segment of the video, I took a small segment of one of the backgrounds and just added over my own textures. And some of these brushes, and I've used some brushes I've never used before. Like usually when it comes to like digital art, like when it comes to my art style, I don't usually have textures, but I decided to go out of my comfort zone and try it out. Now it doesn't look like much at first, but experimenting with these actually, it helped me understand a lot. I'm like, ooh, it makes it pop, you know what I'm saying? And I don't usually use these brushes because I thought it was cheating. But I think these texture brushes can be used. It's just like, you kind of have to experiment and figure out how to use them. Which is basically what I was doing. I was figuring out how to use it. Yeah, some of these brushes I've been using have definitely a place for these. Definitely have a place for me making comics. Now I feel like I need a little bit of a refresher on perspective. But I was taking a look at some of these backgrounds, and I could definitely tell that in the samurai show, and in the show, some drawings definitely use some perspective, but some they kind of use like the illusion of perspective. Like, you know, you could tell some of them don't have vanishing points, which is, you know, one of the basic shit in the thing in drawing. So I'm gonna have to find my own way of giving perspective to my drawing. I've been trying to learn how to draw forests, but I don't know why. It's just so hard for me to get down, and I'm just like, man, like, why are these so hard? I don't know if forests are just hard in general, or I just suck at them. If you struggle with drawing with forests, let me know, or if they're like generally hard, just let me know, because I can't draw forests for the life of me, but I'm working on it. So after I drew this forest, I tried to dive in deeper into what makes a background. So I decided to look at other TV shows and see how they drew backgrounds. And I took one of my favorite TV shows and one I'm currently watching, Adventure Time, because I love their backgrounds. I think the backgrounds are really nice and well done. They look clean and nice and colorful and edible. One thing I definitely noticed is form, because when you look at Adventure Time, they mostly focus on that. They mostly focus on form, and some of the lines definitely give off more 3D shape like things for their buildings or bushes, trees, you know, whatever they got. And then another thing that both these shows do is they use color or texture or both. So I noticed in Adventure Time, like sometimes they do like shadows for certain things that kind of gives off, you know, more form and texture. So like the 1 and 2 kind of go together. And I noticed in some backgrounds, like they'll just change the color if something is further back, giving more atmospheric perspective. I can't say that right. And Samurai Jack definitely uses more texture than color. They still use color, but they rely heavily on texture to give it more dynamic feels to the background. That's just what I see. Let me know if you see different. But looking at these two backgrounds, I definitely feel something. You know, this is just what I'm seeing. You know, you guys could see something different. Be like, oh, they're not doing that. They're doing this. You know, all is subjective. That is what I'm seeing. And that is what I'm taking into account for when I'm drawing these backgrounds. Okay, so after I drew this forest, I decided that I'm ready. Now, some of you might be looking at it just be like, no, you are not. But, you know, I'm taking a leap of faith because, you know, I don't think just, you know, studying and keep practicing is gonna, you know, help me. I gotta, you know, sometimes you just gotta jump in the water. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go. But we'll do this tomorrow. Okay, so day 3, I'm gonna have this drawn in the background while I'm talking. Overall, this entire experience has been really, really beneficial for me. Like, I feel like I've leveled up 3 times. Like, my skill level probably leveled up like once, but overall my knowledge, I feel like it's gone up like 3 times. I've stepped way out of my comfort zone. I've tried stuff I've never tried before when it comes to digital art. And honestly, overall digital art is like I feel like I've used it for so long and I still don't understand it. Like, I've made 45 pages of a comic with just using my iPad, and I still feel like I don't fully understand digital art. But overall, I feel pretty good with this piece, and I love it so much that I made it my wallpaper. Now, before you get mad at me, I don't know if any of you were expected to be like a one-of-one copy of the Samurai Jack art style. I never said I was gonna be successful. I said that I was gonna attempt, or like, you know, at least try to get it, because, you know, I'm not like, these artists are like, they've probably been making shows for like 20 years, and like I've barely scratched the surface of making comics. So, you know, I don't know what you expected of me. I'm not a fast learner. But hey, I think I learned something while doing this challenge, And, you know, maybe, hopefully, you did too. Or maybe you didn't. I don't know. At the end of the day, I learned something, so I think that matters. But yeah, I do hope you enjoy this video. This video might take a while because I'm learning new editing software again. But hopefully this video shouldn't take me that long. I have been very, very busy. But yeah, I'm still making time to make videos, make comics, and, you know, do cool shit. Alright. Anyways, that's all for me. I hope to see you guys soon. Have a good day. And as always, behave.